Let's get you now to our Savannah Levin. She has been in our 11 Alive weather impact tracker, and lately she's been in Morningside, kind of keeping tabs on what was going on with this very large tree that had come down in that community. Savannah, where are we at right now with that?
Yeah, well, I do want to say I just heard from Atlanta police. Last live shot, we told you about how that big tree had come crashing down on top of a vehicle. We have confirmed someone was inside that vehicle driving at the time that the tree came down. We also now know that no one was injured. As far as APD knows, there have been no significant injuries reported. So just wanted to tell you that right off the top. Just learned that 30 seconds to a minute ago. That's certainly great news. You know, things like the car can always be replaced. Life is most important. We have been pushed back a little bit. You can see the crews working on the lines right now. Here's something interesting that they told me that, you know, I didn't really realize was part of the process, but we were up close initially. They said, yeah, we turned the lines off, but when they start actively working on the lines, they had to turn them back on. So they had to push back a lot of, you know, not only us, but a lot of residents who are coming by to see what was going on. So we're a little bit further back now. You can see the linemen working on that. They also have tree crews that are going to work on that big tree. I spoke with Georgia Power, who was out here earlier, and they did say that it's likely going to be a while for these 700 impacted customers who are without power right now to see a restoration. But that's not unexpected given the size of that tree that came down. I also know that, you know, it came down on the vehicle, also just a little bit of the house where that tree was, and came down on their yard. I know that they are safe too. We saw them leave the house, get in the vehicle with family or friends, and take off and get out of there. You could tell they were shaken, but they did tell me that they were all right. So the good news, certainly no deaths or injuries, but it just is kind of a reinforcing visual, you guys, that it's not all just about ice on the roads. That person was just driving through the neighborhood when that tree came down. A couple inches to the left or the right. Could have been a really different story here tonight.
Man, it could have been a deadly situation.
Yeah.
But you know what's amazing is how quickly they were able to get in there, chop up the tree, get that out of the way, get the lines back up again. Just walk us through the timeline here from the time you got there and we saw the tree down, we saw the lines down, the power poles as well. But this was done within an hour or two, maybe? What would you say?
Yeah, you know, it's going to take a while for them to fully get that tree out of here, but I will say all the neighbors I've spoken with said the response was quick. They heard that big tree come down, they heard the transformer explode, and they said power crews were here on scene, Georgia Power crews specifically here on scene within a few minutes. And I was actually texting with some of the linemen that we met yesterday just to see what they have been seeing today, and they said that they actually haven't been sent out today at all. So you can see that Georgia Power contracting all of these vehicles really, I mean, better to be over prepared, right? But they have so many crews standing by in strategic locations all across the city and the state so that the response can be this quick, and really to the point where some crews aren't even being used. I'm hearing the linemen we met last night are actually being called potentially up to South Carolina. So definitely good news. The response was quick and no one seriously injured here tonight.
All right, Savannah, thank you. We're glad to hear that no one was seriously injured. Thank you.
We really
Appreciate
are.
that.